Hi there, Cancer. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I'm doing the end of July reading. I missed the July readings. I had family home. So let's see what's going on for the end of July. Oh, I love this card in this deck because I'm a horse person. Three of Wands, getting a broader perspective. Queen of Pentacles, being practical, having boundaries. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck you have the King of Swords. And I feel like his energy here is that you're really mentally going to make some decisions here. How things, and there's all this eclipse energy going on. Listen to your favorite astrologer. But right smack in the middle of this is this Five of Swords, which is conflict. And it's conflict that is not productive. But it's also, and sometimes in those situations, sometimes you can work through it. In fact, I read this card in this deck more like the Two of Swords and the Rider-Waite, because if you look, these two guys have come together. They're above the water. They're above their emotions. They're meeting on neutral ground. And to me, they're having a heart-to-heart, or they're having a meeting of the minds. So I feel like it's going to be, you don't want to be in a situation where it's just hurtful and tit for tat and just unproductive, unfair fighting, and really not able to reach a compromise. And this is sort of a line in the sand. And sometimes that needs to happen. Like, absolutely, this is not negotiable for me. This is the price of admission to be my friend, my lover, my whatever. And you can pay it or not. And it may have been really hard for you as Cancerian. You're very careful and thoughtful about people's emotions, but I feel like you're like, like, no, not happening. This is a hard, whatever. I can't think of it. What I want to say. Just this is, a line in the sand. This is a hard rule for me, and it's not negotiable, and that's just the way it is. And it's like once you get there, it's really hard to get there. But once you got there, and again, you have another card of defending yourself. It doesn't mean being defensive. It's just saying, this is my bottom line. This is my way of respecting myself, is I expect this type of respect from other people. And which is just, a very healthy way to be. So it's super practical. And you're like, hey, I have to look at my whole life. And why am I allowing, I'm going to have a nice long life. Why am I allowing, if I am allowing people to treat me like this now, what precedent am I setting, and where am I going to go, and how is that going to hold me back? And you're really thinking about all these things because you don't want to be tied down to people. Maybe you've been tied down to dysfunctional, toxic people, and you're really learning that lesson. And instead of like somehow recreating those experiences again, like we tend to do, especially if we had toxic people, family members growing up, you're like, I am breaking that chain. I am breaking that cycle. And I'm not going to allow myself to get into those types of dysfunctional situations. Like, it's a lot of wisdom. Like, you really are like, you really got it. Like, you really learned a lesson and you really feel enlightened. And that's also what the Hanged Man is about. It's about using your experiences instead of allowing them to accumulate and build resentment and anger and things like that in your body. You're taking the wisdom and letting the rest go and learning from your mistakes and moving on. I just saw 444. So that's what the universe is like. One phase of your life is coming to a culmination. But remember, it's it's almost a circular card. Like once you finish something up, something new begins. So, I mean, if you think on a really simple level, you graduate from high school, you're either going to start college or start a job, kind of start your adult life. Like this is like you're preparing yourself to start a new phase, a new way of being in the world. And some people may not like it. And those are usually the people that you have to say, you know what, this is I'm not going to continually modify myself to make your issues and you feel comfortable, because you know what, it never works with those people anyway, right? They're never happy. It's never enough, because it's not about that. It's about them, and you can't fix them with your behavior. All right, well, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think it's going to be a really positive eclipse season for you guys. All right, I'll see you at the August reading. Take care.